What's up, YouTube? We're back on Napoleon Total War for my Total War tournament, hosted by me, French Guard. So this is one of the 4 matches that's in the first round. We have 2 dead even factions: Russia against the Ottomans, historic enemies. Now this is Lucas's army, and this is AWOL 14's army. They're dead even on skirmishers. Let me introduce you to the Ottoman army first. He's got 2 rifle units, Nizam seated rifles, and then he's got Nizam seated infantry. So he's got, all in all, 8 line infantry, 2 rifles, a 8-pounder artillery piece, and then 4 Sipahi cav, 2 on each wing, and his general, which is just a general staff. Now if you look at the Russian army of AWOL 14, he's got 2 wings of cavalry equally split, dragoons, mounted rifles, and uhlans. Now uhlans are lancer type cavalry. These are horse, I would say they're more skirmisher cavalry, and they can shoot down cav. And he's got some heavy dragoons, which these guys love fighting. AWOL 14 has 4 musketeers and 4 lifeguards. He's got 2 Russian Jaeger, and he split up his wings into very far opposite wings. And then he's got a general staff and a 12-pounder foot artillery. Now something that the Russian has over the Ottoman player was he has access to lifeguard foot, and these guys are elite of the elite of Russian troops, because Russian troops only have 30 points basically. So let me explain the rules of this tournament, as our people hopefully going to slowly start advancing towards each other. If they don't, I'll just fade. So the rules of the tournament are, there's 8 people in the tournament. I'm not going to name them all right now, but there's basically 1 of 4 matches that's going to be happening between Thursday, which is today, and Friday. Single elimination, so you get kicked out after you lose 1. So basically it's the Dutch, the Bavarian Republic, against, who else were they? I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna go back to that one. So it's number 1. The first match is between Russia and Ottomans. The second one is the French and Austrians. The second match is between the French and Austrians. The first one is this one. The third match is between Great Britain and, ooh, he's got his artillery firing. It is between Great Britain and Prussia. What's that other minor faction? Denmark. I think it's Denmark versus the Bavarian Republic, or Sweden. Pretty sure it's Sweden. One of those 2 are being picked. Spain, Portugal are not in this tournament because there's 11 factions in this game. So let's see how nice these cannons look when they shoot. So the rules were 2 max artillery, no howitzers, no unicorns, no rockets, none of that stupid stuff that's unfair. Bam! Look at that. And he is actually getting some hits on these Sipahi. Now these Sipahi are from hey, look, there's a horse. Epic zoom on the horse. So we're now starting to move up. You can see, I'm just calling him Luke's army, because when I actually I'm spectating this, that means I don't have any troops and it's all happening live, so I did not know that's going to be the result of this. And I actually have a Fez. Fun fact. Fezes are actually pretty awesome. So these are what the Ottoman infantry look like. I think this battle looks more epic because it's on either ultra settings or extra large units. So he's moving his army up. I think this is a dead even fight, because even though the Russian has, you know, infantry, it all depends on the skirmish fight, because they both brought 2 of them. So I'm kind of happy. They're both advancing at each other, so we're not going to see a camping fest. And so hopefully, kind of like the Elite 8 in March Madness. I'm not a big basketball, fan, but the Elite 8, basically. Elite, then they go to 4, and then they go to the championship. Final 4, and then the 2 for the championship. And so that's what this tournament's going to be like. And so definitely, I asked a bunch of people, and I will definitely want to be doing more of these. By the way, my clan thing where I'm doing these from is called the Lifeguard Afoot. They're my primary group under Steam, which my name is French Guards if you're new to this channel. And feel free to add me. I accept all friend requests. And yeah, so I'm French Guards. And the rules are there's going to be on grassy flat land, so there's no hill campers. And no howitzers. That stuff is cheap. Looks like we're going to get some action on this wing. Now, AWOL 14 does have a disadvantage. I mean, Luke has a disadvantage here because he only has 2 cavalry against 3 caps, so he's outnumbered on the flanks. But Uhlans are pretty cheap units, and they actually got these really cool hats. But if AWOL 14 can get his rifles in a position there, and if he can shoot a lot of the Sipahis, which are already damaged because of that artillery barrage earlier.
Sir, our general.
Oh, looks like AWOL just launched some shells at the general. No, it's a cheap strategy, and it's just the beginning of the match, but I guess everything counts. And that's what the general looks like. That's what he looks like. Do you see? Zoom in on his face. So there he is. And he's just barraging him. It seems like I don't know what the range of this cannon is, but I think a 18-pounder could definitely beat a 12-pounder. So both sides are clashing. Russia versus Ottomans. Who will win the glory? And by the way, there's no actual prize for being in this tournament. You just get the congratulations from me. And there's some definitely good people in this match, so it's not. I doubt I'm gonna win. There's tons of people. So we just clicked an attack order on his Uhlans, and he's bringing up his mounted rifles. Let's see these guys in action. I've never seen this unit used in it before. Up, he's like, uh-oh, Sipahis. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna stand them toe to toe. Up, these guys did not get off any shots. It's gonna be critical to their morale. Sipahis are just own that whole unit up. And AWOL is using his dragoons now. They're only walking. Now they're running to charge into the Sipahis. This is epic cavalry clash right here. So he got a good charge. These are damaged, so he's probably gonna win that fight. Anyway, he charges Uhlans in to deal with that, and then
our men are running from.
Wow, these Sipahis got destroyed by these dragoons. I think it's because they have a better charge. So they're just gonna circle the others, and as you can see, these guys did shoot off the round. So that goes for his left wing cavalry. Anyway, so the skirmishing fight has happened. AWOL's Russian Jaegers are going against Nessid riflemen, and these guys have better, what do you call it? They have less men but better accuracy. He's putting up a stake line here, and that will ward off any cavalry. But AWOL's cavalry is on the flanks right now. So here's what AWOL's going to do. He's going to rush up his musketeers to go right behind these guys and take some shots because he knows he's losing the skirmish advantage. What he should really do is pulse his skirmishers over to do this. Now, he's just using these basic musketeers who do not have very good accuracy stats, only about 30%. Okay. So let's see these guys take some shots. Bam! So, this unit in the middle, see, they fired off all their shots, and they're really not killing too many of these guys. See, the problem with the, when you put stakes, these guys are actual riflemen. I don't know, those guys? These guys are light infantry. That means musketeer, that's light infantry. These guys are actual rifle units. Now, when you set up the stakes, it takes them out of their light infantry behavior formation. And what that does is it lines them straight up like this, so they're not crouching like this and more spread out. And the Russian Jaegers have 40 more men each, and he's bringing up his musketeers here. And it seems like he's withdrawing because he's rushing in reinforcements on the right flank. He still has his cavalry, out here. He doesn't want to do another result and lose all of his cavalry. It looks like AWOL is keeping his, I guess he's keeping his cavalry over here. Gonna probably bring them in at a major point in the battle. But the threat is definitely there. He needs to set up his artillery. So it's kind of nice how we can see Luke's movements here. So yeah. Oh, look. It's all about, in Napoleon, it is all about flanking fire. So let's see. We got some musketeers withdrawing. He's got some more coming. His formation is spread out, and it's very interesting. So he's got these guys covering his flanks, so he can no longer bring his infantry up safely. And he clicked an attack order on these units. It's only down to 75. And they're inspired by nearby unit, and that would be the lifeguards. Here. No. Where are the lifeguards? Lifeguards are here. He's got 2 units lifeguards here and 2 on the flanks. And these lifeguards, they will tear through that Ottoman infantry. Now, he may have weaker infantry, but if he uses cavalry effectively, he can definitely take those guys out. So withdrawing, and because he clicked an attack order, that has brought his forces closer, and he's luring these guys into a trap here to get in range of his musketeers, I think. This is live, so. Now he's just bringing his musketeers. Oh, look at that. Do you see how many bullets just flew? Concerned casualties during battle. Casualties sustained during battle. That's very important. Ah, this looks like a good fight. So he's bringing another unit over. So now he's got 4 out of 8 units. He's got half of his infantry here. Actually, he's got 5 units. Half of his 9 infantry here. And I think he's going to try something on this flank. AWOL even brought up his cavalry in preparation. He's kind of worried. But he shouldn't be too worried. He's got lifeguards here. So Luke is losing the skirmishing fight. And these musketeers just got into range. So let's see.
Our men are running, sir.
That was pretty epic. This game has better multiplayer than Empire, but the Empire campaigns, those are classics. But better graphics, definitely. But if you want a campaign, you're more of a single player person, I'd get that one. So it looks like he is going to try to, very calmly, he's going to move up to skirmishers, probably move up some musketeers, and have these guys on the flank. Let's give you a perspective of them shooting. Actually, they're reloading here really quickly. They actually reload really fast in this game compared to Empire. Oh, he's moving them. Let's see, these guys are basically, they're almost a full unit, but not with those, oh! Look at that barrage. His, cannons he got set up. So he sees that his units are being flanked here, and he's gonna run up his infantry here to, support his thing, support his troops. And AWOL is a really spread out formation. It's almost like a kind of like a really long line. Oh, what do we have here? Some mounted rifles behind the flanks. So these guys are not in their own lines. And it looks like he's running up to shoot at these guys in the back. Looks like they've already taken some casualties, and these guys are definitely in pursuit. And AWOL's going to withdraw back with his musketeers because he's not wanting to get his men shot up. Oh, he has 2 teams of 18 Highlanders. So he has the artillery advantage. He's guiding his artillery on. Whoa, hitting the horses. That's animal cruelty on these mounted rifles here. So AWOL's probably going to withdraw them. So the proper fight hasn't come up yet. But he's sneaking his lifeguards up these Sipahis, and if they can get he is good micro, he can get him out of there. But these guys are the real tough troops, the lifeguards. Lifeguard foot, because they're horse lifeguards. We're still waiting for the main clash. If you would speak that. Up, the mounted rifles withdrew after they got opened up on. I think there's pressure under the players. Up, he got his troops just a millimeter away, and he just took a ton of shots. He dropped 20 Sipahis there. This guy apparently doesn't want to follow orders. Oh, there he goes. So, I believe the cavalry fight on this wing is going to start. This guy's just shot down another 11 guys. That's the problem with, if you're going to do this tech, you got to withdraw quickly. Here come the Uhlans and the Dragoons. Now, will he stay in this fight? Is one heavily depleted unit and one full healthy unit? I don't know, I definitely like this combined arms combination of he's got his lifeguards supporting these guys. These guys are actually going to form in the square. I do not know why they're doing that. But those guys are shooting. I guess they're... It's not a good idea to have your men in square when you're engaging in small arms like this. But definitely looking pretty cool. Let's look at the Ottoman perspective. I'm going to move too much of the Russian perspective. Do we have any other units engaged? These guys are in a square. He formed out a square. Whoa, that's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that. Let's get an overhead.
Our men are running, sir.
So that Ottoman line infantry unit got toasted by the 2 lifeguards. And it looks like he's going to send these guys into melee. Yes, he is. He's sending these troops into melee against the Dragoons. I would have formed right next to them and formed a square, because it's not good to have your troops out of square formation fighting cavalry, even if these are depleted units. So he's going to try to form his men up, but they're taking flanking fire from the mounted rifles, which aren't very accurate. Okay, it looks like AWOL is pressing the attack. This guy, Luke, is pressing the attack also. And nothing really happened from the skirmish fight. Oh, he's got his lifeguards on the flank, and he's going to withdraw because he sees him forming that line. And oh, look what he's doing. Luke is doing a very intelligent move here by getting these units on the flank. But AWOL is going to see it and withdraw. And now he's going to get these units... Luke is going to get his units away from isolation over here. Looks like the proper fight is about to get underway. We still got the skirmishers. We got more musketeers. Got the artillery. Oh, I just missed it. Okay. So, basically, what happens is when they're in range of your skirmishers, they'll shoot your skirmishers, which are crouched, and they will blast your infantry behind. So he's keeping up morale with his lifeguards behind them. We got the proper melee. We got the proper skirmish engage here. Let's go to the Ottoman perspective. That's a lot of angry Russians.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, what is this? He charged melee into the lifeguards. Not a good idea because they are elite units. Up, are these guys going to charge into melee? Should we capture this glory? Nope, they're just starting to flank. By doing that, they're going to get shot on the flank. And what AWOL really needs to do is to move up these units to get into range. Anyway, his skirmishers got routed. And it looks like AWOL, who has successful with cavalry on his right flank, is starting to flank at these units. As you can see, morale is pretty low. The general's all the way in the distance. That one just made him a target. AWOL's also sneaking around some cap. These lifeguards are getting heavily depleted to these infantry. So these Ottoman infantry look pretty sick.
Our men are running, sir.
I'm going to hear our men are running a lot because I am from the Ottoman perspective. So definitely keep this in mind when you're doing Napoleon. Thinner lines mean more men are shooting. So if you have 60 guys versus 120 and the 120 are bunched up like this, the 60 guys will probably outshoot them. So remember, thinner lines will help me here. And looks like he just charged these units and got them to rout. I think the advantage of the Russians was definitely the lifeguard afoot. So in this bracket, if the Russian wins, he'll be probably fighting. We got Barbarian Republic, and
Our
Sweden.
men are running
Sweden
first.
also has lifeguards. So, by the way, Luke is the host here. Yeah, so these guys are in melee with these Dragoons, and these Dragoons have just done a lot. They're only a $700 unit, and they're just, you know, attacking these Ottomans, winning the battles. So his whole main battle line has just collapsed. He's reforming a secondary battle line kind of back here with his cannons. And look at this. His general, let's get through these trees here. He's in melee, surrounded by tons of Russian
Our men
cavalry.
are running first.
So, not too good. This general's now retreating, which will hurt his army's morale even more. He's got like 6 units routing. And, I don't think a single Russian unit routed except for that mounted rifleman. But it was definitely the superior of those lifeguards that took the flank and winning the cavalry battles that did it. I thought these armies were pretty well matched except for the lifeguards. By the way, these guys are not choosing their factions, just in case you're wondering again. So he's got his mounted rifles and his victorious cab, which are coming to attack the cannons. Now when these guys form back, if they have under half strength, like about 60 men under that, then they cannot form square, which makes them really good targets for cavalry who are chasing routing units. He's gonna form these guys. He's trying to get them to shoot. He's clicking that, but they are just not gonna shoot.
Our men are
They are
running
wavering. The
first.
Ottoman army is collapsing. Definitely good game to both of these opponents, and just want to point out that Luke said earlier before this that he had not played Napoleon in a very long time, was going to this cold. So definitely good game to both opponents. It's gonna be a hard fight against AWOL 14. You know, he's a pretty good player in the second round. So I hope you guys
All
thought this
hope
was
is lost,
pretty
sir.
epic.
This battle is almost done.
He's got some line infantry here, facing the wrong way. Probably using Dragoons to take those guys out. And these guys are routing. So he's got really no hope left. He's got 3 infantry against all these healthy Russian units. Now the Russian did take a lot of, AWOL 14 did take a lot of casualties. Let's look on the ground here. Tons of musketeers lying dead here. Tons of musketeers. But look at the Ottoman lines. Look how many red fezzes are on the ground that the Russians get to keep. So yeah, these are the last Ottomans trying to defend their homeland from the Russian barbarians, as they would see it. And here come the lifeguards on the flank. Let's see how many they drop. They're at 78. Okay, about 20 casualties dropped, including these musketeers for shooting at them. So the Ottomans are not going to like being shot like that, and that is the end of the battle. Rate thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'm going to be showing all of these on my channel. Good game to both of these guys, and Luke gave it a really good try. He did kill 600 Russians. This caller from N221 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed.